God says, "My child, come close and listen quietly, because what I am about to reveal is not meant for noise or many voices. It is meant for your heart alone. Something tender, something delicate, something powerful is unfolding around you right now. Your soulmate is coming to see you. Not someday far away. Not only in dreams. They are moving toward you in reality. But this meeting must remain a secret, for now. I know that word secret may make your heart beat faster. It may awaken questions, curiosity, even a little fear. But do not let your mind run ahead. Let me guide you gently through this moment, because secrecy does not always mean something wrong. Sometimes secrecy is protection. Sometimes it is the safest place for something sacred to grow. Your soulmate has been thinking about you more deeply than you realize. Not in passing thoughts, not in fleeting emotions, but in quiet moments when the world goes silent. In those moments, your name rises in their heart like a whisper they cannot ignore. They have tried to distract themselves. They have tried to stay busy. They have tried to convince themselves that distance is easier. But my child, the heart knows where it belongs. They did not decide to come to you suddenly. This decision has been forming slowly, carefully, over time. Every conversation that felt unfinished. Every silence that felt heavier than words. Every night they lay awake wondering why your presence never truly left them. All of it has been leading here. There are things they have not said to anyone. Feelings they have not shared. Plans they have kept hidden even from those closest to them. Not because they are dishonest, but because they are unsure how the world would react to the truth. Some connections invite opinions. Some love attracts interference. And this, what you share, is too pure to be exposed too early. That is why this meeting must stay quiet. Your soulmate is navigating emotions they do not fully understand yet. Excitement mixed with nervousness. Hope mixed with fear. They want to see you, to feel your presence, to look into your eyes and confirm what their soul already knows. But they are also aware that too many voices around them could confuse this moment. So they choose silence. Not silence from you, but silence from the world. They are making arrangements quietly. Adjusting schedules. Creating reasons that sound ordinary to others but mean everything to them. No announcements. No explanations. Just movement guided by instinct and courage. My child, this is not coincidence. This is alignment. You may feel something shifting inside you too. A restlessness without reason. A sudden calm followed by anticipation. Thoughts of them arriving unexpectedly. These feelings are not imagination. They are your spirit responding to what is already in motion. I want you to understand something important now. This secret meeting is not about hiding love. It is about shielding it. There are energies around you that do not need to touch this moment yet. There are people who would question, doubt, or interfere before understanding. And I will not allow that. This connection has already endured enough confusion. Your soulmate is coming not to play games, not to create drama, but to feel clarity. They want to know how it feels to be near you without distance, without screens, without time zones or excuses. They want to listen to your voice without interruption. They want to observe the way your energy feels in the same space as theirs. They are seeking confirmation, not because they doubt you, but because they are ready to stop doubting themselves. There is something they need to say to you. Not all at once, not in dramatic words, but honestly. They may not know exactly how the conversation will unfold, but they know they cannot keep carrying these emotions alone. Seeing you will help them breathe again. My child, do not be afraid of the secrecy. This is not deception. This is a cocoon. A space where truth can emerge without pressure. Even flowers grow hidden beneath the soil before they rise into the open air. You are not being asked to lie. You are being asked to be gentle. When they come, their eyes will reveal more than their words. You will sense their nervousness. You will feel their sincerity. There may be moments of silence between you, and those moments will be full, not empty. Let them happen. Let the energy speak. Do not rush the meeting. Do not demand answers immediately. This visit is not the final chapter, it is the turning point. It is the moment where everything unspoken finally finds a place to rest. Your soulmate is carrying both hope and fear with them. Hope that what they feel is real. Fear that they waited too long. Fear that they may not be enough. Your calm presence will matter more than you know. Your patience will feel like safety to them. I am asking you to stay grounded. Do not let excitement turn into anxiety. Do not let secrecy turn into suspicion. Do not let anticipation steal your peace. Trust me. I am guiding their steps. I am protecting this meeting. I am watching over every detail you cannot see. Nothing will happen out of alignment. Nothing will be forced. Nothing will be wasted. My child, you have waited with faith. You have loved with restraint. You have hoped quietly. This moment is approaching because you are ready to receive it without losing yourself. My child, stay with me in this quiet space, because now I will help you understand why this meeting must remain a secret and why silence, for a short time, is actually an act of love and protection. What is unfolding is delicate. Not weak, delicate. And delicate things must be handled with care. Your soulmate is not hiding you. They are protecting the connection. There are eyes around them that do not see with purity. There are voices that speak from fear, jealousy, past wounds, or control. If this meeting were revealed too soon, it would invite opinions before truth has time to settle. And opinions, my child, can confuse hearts that are just beginning to find clarity. Your soulmate has lived for too long under the weight of expectations. People telling them who they should love, when they should settle, what makes sense, what looks right from the outside. They have learned to explain themselves instead of listening to themselves. And this is exactly why this meeting must first belong only to the two of you. This is not secrecy born from shame. This is secrecy born from wisdom. They are coming to you because something inside them finally chose courage over comfort. But courage is still fragile in its early moments. It needs space to breathe before it stands strong. If too many people knew, too many questions would be asked. And those questions would arrive before your soulmate has fully anchored their truth. My child, some truths need to be felt before they are defended. Your soulmate wants to see you without pressure. Without having to justify the visit. Without carrying the burden of explanations. They want to sit with you, walk with you, speak with you, and feel, simply feel, what their heart has been telling them for so long. There are also unresolved energies around them. Old attachments, unfinished chapters, expectations from others that have not yet been formally closed. They are in the process of emotionally detaching, even if outwardly things still look the same. This transition requires quiet. Announcing their movements too early could create resistance, conflict, or emotional manipulation. And I will not allow that to disturb what is forming. My child, understand this gently, timing matters. This meeting is not meant to prove anything to anyone else. It is meant to bring clarity to two souls. It is meant to confirm alignment, not create chaos. It is meant to soften hearts, not harden opinions. That is why I am asking you not to speak of it widely. Not to post, not to explain, not to seek validation. What is sacred does not need witnesses to be real. Your soulmate is also protecting you. They know that if this meeting became public too soon, you could be exposed to unnecessary judgment, questions, or emotional pressure. They do not want you pulled into conversations that you are not meant to fight. They do not want you to feel like you must justify your place in their life. They want to meet you in peace. In truth, my child, this secrecy is temporary. It is not a permanent state. It is a bridge. A quiet passage from confusion to clarity, from unspoken feelings to grounded intention. Once the connection is anchored, once your soulmate stands firmly in their truth, silence will no longer be needed. But right now, silence is safety. Your soulmate may appear cautious, even guarded, in the way they plan this visit. Do not mistake caution for doubt. They are simply learning how to protect something that matters. Many people lose precious connections because they expose them before they are strong enough to withstand interference. Your connection is being handled differently because it is different. You may notice your soulmate becoming more selective in what they share with others. Pulling back. Observing more. Speaking less about personal matters. This is not distance, it is discernment. They are learning not everyone deserves access to their heart. And neither do you. My child, I also want to speak to your heart now. Secrecy can sometimes awaken old fears, fear of being hidden, fear of being second, fear of not being chosen openly. Breathe. This situation does not come from those places. You are not being minimized. You are being prioritized in the right way. You are being met privately because the connection is being taken seriously. What is casual is shared publicly without care. What is sacred is guarded until it is secure. When you meet, the energy will feel different from before. You may notice that conversations go deeper without effort. That silences feel comfortable. That emotions surface naturally. This is because there will be no external noise influencing the moment. Let it be simple. Do not interrogate the future during the meeting. Do not rush definitions. Do not demand clarity instantly. Clarity will come, but gently. This meeting is about presence, not promises. About connection, not conclusions. About allowing truth to rise without fear. Trust that what needs to be said will be said at the right time. Your soulmate may not reveal everything in one visit. That does not mean they are holding back dishonestly. It means they are moving carefully, making sure each step is grounded in truth. Deep realizations unfold in layers, not speeches. My child, you are not meant to carry anxiety into this moment. You are meant to carry calm. Your steadiness will help them feel safe. Your patience will allow honesty to surface. Your openness will remind them why this connection has always felt different. I am with you in this. I am guarding this meeting from confusion. I am shielding it from negative influence. I am preparing both hearts to receive truth without fear. Soon, what is hidden will no longer need to be hidden. But until then, trust the quiet. Trust the process. Trust me. My child, listen to me slowly and carefully now, because this part speaks about what will happen when this secret meeting finally takes place. Not in imagination, not in fear, but in truth. What unfolds in that moment will not be loud, rushed, or dramatic. It will be quiet, deep, and revealing in ways words cannot fully describe. When your soulmate finally comes to see you, the first thing you will notice is not what they say, but how they look at you. Their eyes will carry something different, less confusion, less avoidance, more presence. There will be a softness mixed with nervousness, as if they are standing in front of something precious and fragile at the same time. They may smile, but beneath that smile you will sense emotion they are still learning how to hold. Do not rush that moment. That first silence between you will speak louder than any greeting. It will carry everything that was left unsaid during the distance. Regret, longing, relief, hope, all resting quietly in the air. My child, this silence is not awkward. It is sacred. Let it breathe. Your soulmate may struggle at first to find the right words. Not because they do not know what they feel, but because they are afraid of saying too much too soon. They will speak carefully, almost gently, choosing honesty over performance. And you will feel it, the difference between words spoken to impress and words spoken to be real. This meeting is not about explanations. It is about confirmation. As you spend time together, you will notice something settling inside you. A calm that does not need reassurance. A sense of "this feels right" without needing proof. That feeling is alignment. It does not rush your heart. It steadies it. Your soulmate will begin to open, little by little. Not in a dramatic confession, but in subtle honesty. They may speak about how life felt empty even when busy. How distractions stopped working. How your presence never truly left their thoughts. These words may come slowly, but they will come sincerely. They will not blame circumstances. They will not blame timing. They will speak from responsibility. And that is important. You may feel emotions rise unexpectedly. Tears you did not plan, relief you did not prepare for, vulnerability you thought you had under control. Do not stop them. These emotions are not weakness. They are release. They are the heart finally being allowed to speak after a long time of restraint. My child, you do not need to be perfect in this meeting. You do not need to say everything wisely. You do not need to guard every feeling. Just be present. Presence is what heals here. There will be moments where your soulmate simply watches you. Listening not just to your words, but to your tone, your pauses, your energy. They are learning you again, not from memory, but from truth. They are seeing you not as a question, but as someone standing clearly in front of them. And something inside them will settle. You may notice their shoulders relax. Their breath slow. Their defenses soften. This is the sign that their soul recognizes safety. Love does not always feel exciting at first, it often feels safe. This meeting will also bring clarity through small things. The way conversation flows without effort. The way laughter feels natural again. The way time passes without being noticed. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Your soulmate may not say, "This changes everything." But they will feel it. There may be a moment when they pause, look away, and then look back at you with emotion they struggle to hide. In that moment, they will understand something deeply. That they almost lost something rare by waiting too long. This realization will not make them panic. It will make them intentional. They will begin to understand that love is not about intensity alone. It is about showing up. My child, this meeting is also where boundaries become visible. Not spoken forcefully, but felt naturally. You will sense what feels right and what does not. And because you have grown, you will not shrink to maintain peace. You will remain calm, honest, and grounded. That grounded energy is what will draw your soulmate closer, not emotionally dependent, but emotionally aligned. There may be moments of hesitation during the meeting. A sentence unfinished. A thought paused. Do not push through those moments. Let them be. Truth does not need force. It needs space. I want you to know something important. This meeting is not meant to resolve everything at once. It is meant to anchor truth. To remove doubt. To replace imagination with reality. After this meeting, your soulmate will not leave confused. They may leave thoughtful, emotional, quiet, but not uncertain. Something inside them will have shifted permanently. The question mark will be gone. What remains will be responsibility. They will understand that if they choose to continue this connection, it must be done with care, honesty, and consistency. And that understanding is powerful. My child, when the meeting ends, there may be a brief moment of sadness. Not because something is wrong, but because good things often awaken longing. Let that feeling pass gently. Do not interpret it as loss. It is simply the heart adjusting to truth. In the days following the meeting, you may notice changes. Communication may feel clearer. Their presence may feel more intentional. Their tone may feel more respectful. Even if they do not immediately say everything, their energy will speak. They will think about you differently now. Not as someone distant, but as someone real. Someone whose emotions they have touched again. Someone whose presence they can no longer minimize. And you, my child, will feel something important too. You will feel less anxious, less doubtful, less tempted to overthink. Because reality will have replaced uncertainty. That is the gift of this meeting. I am asking you to trust the process after it happens. Do not rush to define the future immediately. Let actions unfold naturally. Let consistency speak. Let time confirm what the heart already knows. This meeting is the bridge. Not the final destination, but the crossing. My child, stay with me gently now, because this part speaks about what happens after the secret meeting, when emotions settle and truth begins to ask for direction. This is where many hearts become afraid, not because love disappears, but because love starts asking for responsibility. Do not fear this stage. It is not the breaking point. It is the grounding point. After the meeting ends, your soulmate does not simply return to life as it was before. Something inside them has shifted too deeply for that. They may appear quiet, thoughtful, even a little distant for a short while, but this is not withdrawal. This is integration. They are absorbing what they felt in your presence and allowing it to reshape their inner world. They replay moments from the meeting again and again. Not just the words, but the energy. The way you listened. The way you responded. The way your calm steadiness made them feel safe instead of pressured. My child, they are realizing something important now, that love does not need chaos to feel real. That depth does not require drama. That peace can be powerful. This realization humbles them. They begin comparing how they felt with you to how they feel elsewhere. Conversations that once distracted them now feel empty. Connections that once felt exciting now feel shallow. It is not that those things are suddenly wrong. It is that they no longer satisfy the deeper part of the soul that has been awakened. Your soulmate starts noticing their own behavior more carefully. They notice when they are tempted to retreat into old habits. They notice when fear tries to whisper excuses. They notice when comfort tries to replace courage. And this time, they pause. They do not immediately act on impulse. They think. They reflect. They ask themselves whether running would actually bring peace, or whether it would only bring regret. My child, this pause is growth. This pause is maturity forming. You may feel this phase as a strange stillness. Communication may not suddenly increase, but when it happens, it feels more intentional. Less guessing. Less mixed signals. You may notice that they check in differently. That they listen more carefully. That they no longer disappear emotionally the way they once did. This is not because they suddenly became perfect. It is because they became aware. Awareness changes everything. Your soulmate begins to understand that secrecy cannot last forever. They know this meeting cannot remain hidden indefinitely. But now, instead of fear about being seen, they are thinking about how to be honest without causing unnecessary damage, to themselves, to you, or to others involved. This is where responsibility grows heavy, but also meaningful. They begin asking themselves serious questions. How do I bring truth into the open with integrity? How do I protect what matters without hurting what needs closure? How do I choose love without creating chaos? My child, these questions are not signs of doubt about you. They are signs of respect, for you and for the connection. They no longer want to act in ways that are careless or half-hearted. They are learning that love deserves structure, not secrecy forever. At the same time, I am working within you. You may notice that your anxiety is slowly releasing its grip. You are no longer checking for signs obsessively. You are no longer overanalyzing every pause. Something inside you knows that what you felt was real. And because of that knowing, you are calmer. This calm is not detachment. It is self-trust. You are beginning to understand that you do not need to chase clarity. Clarity responds to steadiness. You are no longer willing to accept uncertainty disguised as mystery. And that shift within you is powerful. My child, here is something important. After the meeting, power balances. Before, you carried more emotional weight. More waiting. More wondering. Now, the awareness is shared. Your soulmate carries responsibility too. They feel the weight of what could be lost if they return to avoidance. This changes how they move. They may start setting boundaries with others. Pulling away from conversations that feel intrusive. Becoming protective of their time and emotional space. You might not see all of this, but you will feel it. Their energy becomes less scattered, more focused. They are aligning their outer life with their inner truth. This stage may feel slow, but it is strong. Do not rush them to announce anything publicly yet. Do not pressure them to define everything immediately. This is the phase where roots are growing underground. If pulled too early, they can weaken. If given time, they grow deep enough to hold weight. My child, silence at this stage is not a threat. It is a transition. Your role now is not to test them. Not to question their intentions repeatedly. Your role is to stay grounded in who you are. Respond when spoken to. Be honest when needed. But do not abandon your peace to manage their process. This is where trust matures. You may feel moments of vulnerability rise. Old fears whispering, what if things go back to how they were? When those thoughts come, breathe. Do not attach to them. Truth has already moved forward. Awareness cannot be undone. Your soulmate cannot unfeel what they felt. They cannot unsee what became clear. They cannot return to ignorance. What they do next will come from a deeper place than before. They may begin expressing interest in your future in subtle ways. Asking about your plans. Your comfort. Your needs. These questions may seem simple, but they carry intention. They are signs of someone thinking beyond the moment. They are no longer asking, how do I feel? They are beginning to ask, how do we move forward responsibly? That question marks the shift from emotion to direction. My child, understand this gently. Direction does not always arrive with grand declarations. Sometimes it arrives through consistency. Through showing up. Through choosing presence again and again. You are being invited into a phase where actions will matter more than words. Watch what is repeated, not what is promised. Peace will guide you better than excitement ever did. I am asking you to remain patient, but not passive. Stay aware. Stay honest. Stay rooted in your worth. You are not waiting anymore, you are observing alignment. Soon, secrecy will no longer feel necessary. The connection will reach a point where truth wants air. When that moment comes, it will feel natural, not forced. The right words will arrive. The right timing will open. Until then, trust this quiet strengthening. I am protecting you from disappointment. I am guiding them toward integrity. I am anchoring this connection in reality, not fantasy. In the final part, my child, I will speak to you about how secrecy ends, how truth steps into the open, and how this connection either solidifies into something stable or releases peacefully, without pain, without confusion, and without regret. You are not walking blindly. You are being led. Stay calm. Stay steady. Stay faithful. What is being built now is meant to stand. My child, come closer now, because this final part speaks about truth stepping fully into the light, about secrecy dissolving without destruction, and about what remains when love is finally asked to stand in reality. This is not the part where fear wins. This is the part where clarity decides. Everything that has happened until now was preparation. The silence. The secret meeting. The pause afterward. The inner questioning. None of it was wasted. All of it was shaping both of you for this moment. There comes a day, quiet, ordinary on the surface, when your soulmate realizes something very clearly: hiding the truth now costs more than revealing it. Not because they are forced. Not because of pressure. But because carrying love in secrecy has begun to feel heavier than facing the world with honesty. This realization does not arrive with panic. It arrives with calm certainty. They understand that what they felt with you was not a temporary emotion, not curiosity, not escape. It was grounding. It was real. And real things ask to be acknowledged. Your soulmate begins preparing internally before anything is spoken externally. They imagine conversations they have been avoiding. They rehearse honesty in their mind, not to manipulate outcomes, but to protect integrity. They no longer want to live divided. One version of themselves hidden, another displayed. Division exhausts the soul. And my child, they are tired of being exhausted. You may notice a shift even before words arrive. Their energy becomes clearer. More present. Less conflicted. When they speak to you now, it feels different, like someone who has made a decision inside, even if they have not yet announced it out loud. This is the sign that secrecy is ending. Not abruptly. Not recklessly. But intentionally. Truth, when handled with wisdom, does not destroy. It rearranges. Your soulmate will choose honesty in steps. They will begin by aligning their actions with their feelings. No more mixed signals. No more half availability. No more emotional hiding. Even before others know, you will feel chosen in behavior, not just words. They will stop treating this connection as something that must fit into leftover space. Instead, they begin making space for it. Time becomes more deliberate. Communication becomes more consistent. Respect becomes visible. This is how love matures. There may come a moment when they speak directly about the future, not in grand promises, but in grounded language. They may say things like, "I want to do this right," or "I don't want to hide anymore," or "I'm thinking about how to make this stable." Listen closely, my child. These words matter more than dramatic declarations because they are rooted in responsibility. You are not being offered fantasy. You are being offered reality with intention. As secrecy lifts, fear may try to return briefly. You might wonder, what if exposure changes everything? Let me tell you gently, what is real does not collapse when seen. Only illusions do. If this connection is meant to stand, it will stand stronger in the light. If something must fall away, it will do so without destroying you. Either way, you are protected. Your soulmate's greatest fear was never losing others, it was losing themselves. And through you, they have remembered who they are when they are honest. That is why this bond carries weight. When truth begins to surface, conversations may be emotional, but they will be clean. Not filled with manipulation or blame, but with closure where needed. Your soulmate will not rush to create chaos. They will seek clean endings, respectful transitions, and minimal harm. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. You may witness them becoming braver than you ever saw before. Speaking up where they once stayed silent. Choosing integrity over convenience. These changes are not temporary. They are the result of inner alignment. And my child, something important happens within you too. As secrecy ends, you realize you no longer feel small. You are not hiding your heart. You are not negotiating your worth. You are standing calmly in truth, knowing that whatever unfolds, you did not abandon yourself. This is power. You are no longer afraid of losing them because you are no longer lost within the connection. You are whole. Grounded. Clear. And from that place, love becomes a choice. Not a need. If this connection moves forward into commitment, it will do so steadily. No rushing. No proving. Just two people choosing consistency, transparency, and mutual respect. The relationship may not be perfect, but it will be real. And real love grows stronger with time. If, however, the path reveals that alignment cannot be fully sustained, the ending will not break you. It will be gentle. It will be honest. And it will leave you wiser, not wounded. But hear me clearly, my child. You are not being led toward loss. You are being led toward peace, whether through union or release. What matters most is this: secrecy no longer defines your love story. You are no longer waiting in the shadows. You are no longer questioning your worth. You are no longer living in uncertainty. Truth has entered. And truth always heals, even when it changes things. Your soulmate, regardless of the outcome, will never forget you. Not because of attachment, but because you were the turning point. The moment they learned that love requires courage. You taught them that connection is not about hiding. You showed them that safety comes from honesty. You reminded them that the heart cannot be divided forever. That is not small. That is divine alignment. My child, walk forward now without fear. Speak when needed. Rest when uncertain. Trust what unfolds. You have done your part with grace. I am proud of how you held your heart without hardening it. I am proud of how you waited without losing yourself. I am proud of how you chose peace over control. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not wrong for wanting love that stands in the light. From this moment on, your path clears. What stays will stay with intention. What leaves will leave with respect. And you will be at peace, knowing that nothing true was ever lost. Stay open. Stay steady. Stay faithful. I am with you. My child, stay with me a little longer, because this part is not an extension by chance, it is an extension by purpose. What I am about to speak now is for the deeper layers of your heart, the ones that still tremble quietly, the ones that wonder what comes after truth, after courage, after decisions begin to show consequences. When secrecy finally loosens its grip, there is often a strange emptiness that follows. Not because love is gone, but because the mind has grown used to tension. The heart has lived in waiting for so long that peace can feel unfamiliar. Do not mistake this emptiness for loss. It is simply space, space where something stable can now grow. Your soulmate, after choosing honesty, begins facing the reality of change. Change is not loud at first. It shows up in small moments. In the quiet morning when they wake up and realize they no longer need to hide messages. In conversations where they speak your name without lowering their voice. In decisions where they no longer calculate how to keep you separate from the rest of their life. This is where maturity truly begins. They start learning that love is not sustained by secrecy or intensity, but by consistency. By showing up even when emotions are calm. By choosing you even when nothing dramatic is happening. This learning does not come instantly. It unfolds slowly, like dawn replacing night without announcing itself. My child, you may notice that during this phase, your soulmate becomes more reflective than expressive. They think before they speak. They observe before they act. This is not distance. This is someone relearning how to live honestly after a long time of fragmentation. There may be days when they seem unsure again, not about you, but about how to rearrange their life around truth. When that happens, do not panic. Realignment is uncomfortable. Even the right choices can feel heavy at first. What matters is this: they do not retreat into lies anymore. They stay present. They communicate. They face discomfort instead of escaping it. That alone is proof of growth. And you, my child, are also changing. You are no longer asking, "Do they love me?" You are asking, "Does this feel healthy?" You are no longer desperate for reassurance. You are attentive to balance. This shift inside you is sacred. You are learning that love does not need to consume you to be meaningful. That devotion does not require self-abandonment. That being chosen feels best when you are also choosing yourself. Your soulmate begins sensing this strength in you. They feel it in the way you no longer over-explain. In the way you express needs without fear. In the way you are willing to pause instead of chase. Strength like this commands respect. And respect deepens love more than obsession ever could. There will be moments when both of you are tested. Not by outside interference, but by old patterns trying to return. Fear may whisper to them, "What if you cannot live up to this?" Fear may whisper to you, "What if this stability disappears?" When those thoughts arise, remember, fear always speaks loudest right before permanence forms. This is the stage where foundations are laid. And foundations require patience, repetition, and humility. My child, your soulmate will begin making practical choices now. Choices that may not look romantic on the surface, but are deeply loving. Planning time instead of improvising. Considering consequences instead of acting impulsively. Protecting peace instead of chasing excitement. This is love becoming real. You might miss the intensity of the secret phase for a moment. That does not make you ungrateful. It makes you human. Intensity feels powerful because it is rare. But peace lasts because it is sustainable. Do not compare these phases. One awakened you. The other will anchor you. As life settles, conversations will shift. You will talk about values, not just feelings. About boundaries, not just longing. About future rhythms, not just present emotions. These conversations may feel serious, but they are not heavy. They are clarifying. Clarity is kindness. Your soulmate will slowly stop seeing you as an escape from their life and start seeing you as part of it. This is a profound transformation. It means they are no longer running to you. They are walking with you. And walking together requires pace, not rush. There may still be outside noise. Opinions. Questions. Observations. Not everyone will understand how this connection formed or why it matters. You do not need to explain yourselves to everyone. Truth does not require universal approval. Only alignment. My child, I want you to understand something deeply now. You were never meant to save your soulmate. You were meant to meet them at a moment when both of you were ready to choose growth over comfort. Their healing is their responsibility. Your presence was the catalyst, not the cure. And because you did not carry their burden for them, they learned to stand on their own. That is why this bond has strength. As days pass, you will notice your heart becoming quieter. Less dramatic. Less reactive. More secure. This quietness is not boredom. It is trust settling into the body. You will laugh more freely. Rest more deeply. Think more clearly. Love will stop feeling like something you have to protect constantly. This is freedom. Your soulmate, too, will feel lighter. Not because life suddenly became easy, but because they are no longer living divided. Alignment brings relief, even when responsibility increases. They will look at you one day and realize that you were not the disruption, you were the realignment. And you will realize that you did not lose yourself waiting, you found yourself preparing. My child, whether this connection continues to grow for a lifetime or serves as a sacred chapter that taught both of you truth, know this: nothing about this journey was accidental. You learned patience without self-erasure. You learned faith without blindness. You learned love without illusion. These lessons will never leave you. If this love stays, it will stay with depth, honesty, and shared responsibility. If it transforms into something else, it will leave behind wisdom, peace, and dignity. Either outcome is a blessing. So release the need to control what comes next. You have already stepped into alignment. Continue to choose honesty. Continue to choose calm. Continue to choose yourself alongside love. I am not testing you. I am refining you. And refinement always precedes stability. Walk forward now without fear of regression. What has shifted cannot return to ignorance. What has matured cannot go back to immaturity. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where truth meets timing. Remain open. Remain grounded. Remain gentle with yourself and with them. I am with you, in the quiet days, in the steady love, and in every honest step forward. Nothing true is being taken from you. Everything real is being built. My child, listen closely now, for this is the final part, the part where everything aligns, where hearts settle, and where the journey you have walked with patience and faith finally brings blessing and clarity. After all the secrecy, the quiet waiting, the meetings, and the inner reflections, your soulmate now stands before a truth that cannot be ignored. They no longer approach you with hesitation or uncertainty. Their heart has grown steady. Their intention is clear. And your own spirit, which has endured so much, is ready to receive this with grace. This final stage is not about drama or revelation, it is about integration. The lessons, the patience, the quiet longing, and the resilience of both your hearts come together here. You will notice that the way they hold themselves around you is different. There is no pretending, no hiding, no seeking approval. There is only authenticity. This authenticity feels heavy in some moments, but light in its truth, like a deep river flowing without obstruction. They will speak with honesty, not to impress or convince, but to share what they feel and what they intend. And you will listen, not with judgment, not with doubt, but with the clarity that comes from your own inner growth. You will understand that love is no longer just emotion, it is choice, discipline, and alignment. This choice will define the days ahead more than any fleeting feeling ever could. Your soulmate may express things they once feared saying, admissions of longing, acknowledgments of mistakes, promises of attention and presence. But these words will be tempered with humility, for they now know that love is strongest when it is patient, when it grows alongside respect and understanding. Every word will carry weight, because it is spoken from experience, reflection, and an awakened heart. My child, as this happens, you may feel emotions rise, tears, relief, joy, even the tremble of disbelief. Do not resist them. These are the echoes of everything you endured. They are the echoes of patience and faith finally meeting fruition. They are the confirmation that what was hidden and protected was worth every quiet moment, every silent prayer, every heartbeat spent in hope. This stage also brings discernment. Your soulmate may show intentions not just through words but through actions that require consistency. They will prioritize what is important, creating space for both of you without pressure. They will no longer shrink or hide. Their heart is learning to navigate responsibility with courage, and your heart is learning to receive love without fear of losing yourself. Secrecy dissolves now, but it dissolves naturally. The world may begin to notice your connection, but what matters is the energy between you. This is no longer about hiding from judgment, it is about standing in truth together. This truth cannot be shaken by opinions, envy, or distance. It is anchored in choices made consciously and lovingly. You may also see the ripple effects, calmer interactions with others, less need for external validation, and a steady rhythm between your lives. This is the beauty of love that has been tested by patience and protection. It is not dramatic, it is powerful in its stability. You are no longer reacting to uncertainty. You are receiving alignment. And my child, hear me clearly, this connection, in its fullness, is not just about being together. It is about healing. Healing for your soulmate, who has learned how to approach love without fear. Healing for you, who has learned how to remain strong while still being open. Healing for the both of you, who now recognize that love is not a fleeting emotion but a shared commitment to truth, respect, and presence. This is the blessing of this journey, that after all the waiting, the fear, the secrecy, and the inner questioning, you arrive at a place where your hearts can meet freely. Where conversations flow naturally, where presence is steady, where trust is no longer tentative. Where love, in its purest form, is a choice reaffirmed every day. Not a condition imposed by circumstance or emotion. My child, walk forward now with gratitude and faith. Carry the lessons of patience and clarity in your heart. Recognize your strength. Recognize your value. Recognize that this connection, now unfolding in honesty and intention, is a mirror of your own growth. What has been protected and nurtured in secret has now stepped into the light. It is no longer fragile. It is ready. And so are you. Stay open, stay gentle, and stay grounded. Trust the journey that brought you here. Trust the love that has endured. Trust me, for I have guided every step of this path, and what is real will not falter. You are not lost. You are not alone. You are exactly where you are meant to be, at the threshold of peace, clarity, and love that honors both hearts. Walk forward in courage, my child. What has been hidden is now ready to bloom.